G'day guys and welcome to the beautiful Swan River. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my two favourite techniques to catching beautiful tailor from the boat. And it really does make it super simple. Elle's behind me and he just hooked the tailor. Wasn't on the boat, but he hooked up for sure. How's that for a bit of live action? But anyway, as I said, we're going to run through how to catch tailor. And it's that simple that even kids like Earl can do this and have a great deal of fun. Now, I know we're land-based at the moment talking to you, but the same principle will apply. Let's get into it. Okay, before we get going, I want to just quickly run you through the combo that I like on the Swan at the moment. I'm using the Revo ALX aeroo. That is the 3000 size. 2000 to 3000 is going to be perfect. We're running a nice 10-pound braid on there. We're running a 20-pound fluorocarbon leader with a little tiny Berkeley finisher today. And of course, we've got it on the Penn Mercenary 3 to 6 kilo. And this combo is beautiful because it can punch lures exceptionally hard. We can fish the bigger lures, we can fish the smaller lures, we can cast for flatties on the flats if the tailor aren't playing ball, but most importantly, this is a brilliant all-round combo. So that's the combo we are cooperating with today. Now, before we get into the two techniques that I want to bring up, don't forget, like and subscribe. The buttons aren't hard to push, but it certainly helps us out as a channel a lot. And I want to keep bringing this educational stuff to you anyway. Okay, let's get into it. First up, trolling. So tailor can be a heck of a lot of fun, especially in the Swan River where it's beautifully and sheltered, especially on those windy days, and you don't need a big boat to do it. Or, as you've just seen in the intro, you can be land-based and do just as well. But today I want to show you the two specific types of working stick baits that I like using in the Swan River. Now, I say stick baits because stick baits is just as effective as trolling a minnow or a metal, except sometimes when those tailor are switched off, they just like hitting that stick bait a little bit harder. Now, the stick baits I like using are certainly not big. They're in between that 65 to 70 to 90 mil sort of size. Now, the reason I like that size is that's generally the size of the bait fish that you're going to be finding in the Swan River. Now, let me just show you one of the stick baits I've got on one of my rods right now. And it's a stick bait that I do not believe yet is being used as much as it should. And that's this fella. Can anyone tell me what that is? It's a beautiful slim profile, exactly like the blue sardines or whatever they'd be eating here in the Swan. And it's this one here, look at that. The Berkeley finisher. Now, these lures are fairly new on the market, but are certainly not getting used as much as they should. And the other lure that we're using, that Earl's throwing around at the moment, is, of course, the CID Shiver Stick. Now, either of those two stick baits, you're going to do awesomely well. But the first method I want to talk to you about is going to be trolling. Now, trolling, people are going to go, well, that's pretty easy. You put the boat into drive and you catch the fish. But not necessarily. Too fast and your lure's not working properly. Too slow and your lure's sinking and not getting those predatory fish fired up. So what is the optimal speed? For me, certainly is going to be around that 3.5 to 4.5 knots. What I find with 3.5 to 4.5 knots, or let's call it for argument's sake 7 to 8 kilometers an hour. Okay, I know that's not going to match up perfectly. I don't care. Comment down below if you want to stir me up, I don't mind. But I do find that 3.5 to 4 knots absolutely perfect. It just seems to be enough to keep those lures tracking, or in this case stick baits, tracking exceptionally well, very straight, an enticing wobble without having to work that tip. You can put them in the rod holder and the tailor go absolutely amazing over it. Now, you also want to have your lures out behind the boat a fair way, so certainly not in the prop wash. For me, it's a good 30 meters behind the boat. more doesn't hurt, less certainly reduces the strike rate in my opinion. But anyway, you're hearing me talking about trolling. How about I quickly switch you to a little bit of footage where Earl's hooked up on the troll. And he gets quite a nice Tailor. Let's have a look. Go Earl, what have you got on there, buddy?
Tailor.
You got a Tailor. So we're just down here at Claremont, just trolling around nice and neatly. And young Earl has just got a Tailor. Go, buddy. How cool's that, mate? You're doing a good job getting him in. Excited to see him, Earl? Where is he? There he is. All right, bring him here. Whoa. Okay, bring your rod over here.
That's the biggest Tailor I've ever seen.
Oh, that's a ripper, isn't it?
Can we keep it?
Yeah, look at. There we go.
Ah!
Hey, Earl, is that cool, buddy?
Is that the biggest Tailor?
Oh, it's a nice little Swan River Tailor.
Keep it?
Isn't it? Look at that. What a beautiful
Can
thing.
we keep it and eat it?
Maybe we'll measure him. And there he is, just on that little CID shiver stick, which he's taken down so far. So we'll have to get the pliers out and we'll get it out, eh, Earl?
Yeah.
Wicked, mate. Thumbs up. Beautiful. Let's see if we can get another one. How good was that Tailor? And not a bad size for the Swan River either. Which, keep in mind, guys, the Swan River Tailor aren't always small. In fact, I've seen some really good models in here up to the 55, 60 centimetre mark. Sure, you got to be a bit more lucky, but they definitely exist. So there you go, that's trolling. Now, don't get disheartened if you don't pick up the fish on the troll immediately, because the good thing about trolling is you can cover an exceptional amount of ground to find the fish. Because a lot of the time, the fish aren't going to be where you first stop. So trolling helps you find them. But once you do find them, perhaps you don't want to keep trolling and you want to start working your stick bait. Now don't worry, I've got a video clip coming just up with me getting them on the stick bait on the cast. Now when you cast these stick baits, once again, you don't want to drag them too quick, okay? Not like a metal where you can absolutely crank the heck out of them. You want to just have a nice steady retrieve as seen in the video coming up. A few rod tip twitches certainly doesn't hurt, because sometimes it can help fire the Tailor up. And a lot of the time, guys, I see people winding because the lure's 10 metres behind the boat. They don't think there's a Tailor there, so they crank it out the water. And as I said, you're about to see in the video that the Tailor can hit it right by the side of your boat, almost at your feet. So you want to be using, I think, a nice little combo, a combo that is going to have, I like about 10 to 15 pound in the river with a 10 to 20 pound leader. 20 pounds probably going to be a little more ideal, of course. If you start getting into those Tailor and they start chomping down those lures, you're going to want the heavier leader. But as I said, long casts is going to be your mate, and big casts get fish. So once you've trolled up those fish, mark it on your sounder or your GPS exactly where you got them, so you can go back, because that school is there for a reason. They're not just sitting there for no reason, and now you can start casting across that bait school that they're probably harassing and get right into it. But enough of me jabbering on. Let me switch you to a bit of footage of me casting and retrieving a stick bait and getting some Tailor in the Swan River. It's this easy. Yeah. Yep, got one. He took that right by the side of the boat there. Just a little baby one. Oh, there we go. Little Tailor. No, this one's a bit small, Earl. We'll put this one back, I think. Well, what we'll do, we'll just get the pliers, it'll be easier.
Are we keeping my one?
Oh. Yeah, we've kept your one. Yeah, we get you another one. Another little healthy Tailor. Bloop. And there you go, guys. A quick tutorial on how to catch a lot of Tailor in the Swan River with little to no fuss. I really think anyone can do it. If you like these little educational videos, guys, please comment below. I'd love to know about it, because I'd like to start bringing more of these to you if you're interested. I mean, if you're not, then we won't keep doing it, and that's okay too. But anyway, guys, there we go. A quick tutorial on Swan River Tailor off the boat, trawling and casting. How good's that? Okay, until the next episode, we'll catch you later.